Hello viewers and welcome to our Top Notch Productions. This is the platform where we discuss education matters, the array of issues that we tackle at Top Notch. And we would want to welcome you to our programs. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so and be part and enjoy our programs. Today, I would like to take you through a very important subject, that is Form 1 orientation. I believe that many of our schools actually have this program for their schools. That is the orientation program for the Form 1s. But again, there are certain things that we may not be doing right when it comes to the Form 1 orientation. And therefore, this particular program that I'm bringing today should be able to assist you to do a proper orientation for our Form 1s. I have visited quite a number of schools this year. In fact, Top Notch has been able to visit 39 schools in the Republic of Kenya. We have been to Western, we have been to the Kenyan coast, we have been to Rift Valley, we have been to Nairobi, we have been to Central, and we have also been to Eastern, some bit of Eastern. So when it comes to experience, when it comes to talking to teachers and students, I think we have tested a variety of schools, and we now know from where they stand what happens in our schools. Today, let me begin by acknowledging the fact that Teacher Service Commission has started a program for teachers. That program for teachers is called TMEC. It is Teacher Induction and Mentoring Program. It involves introducing a new teacher that has arrived at a school to the school culture and probably the operations of the school. And that is a good thing because in many occasions we have problems, teachers getting into schools, institutions, and they don't know how to behave. They don't know what is the culture of that school. They don't know what is the operation of that school. And so getting into the system needs some bit of orientation so that they begin to work when they have a firm foundation of what happens in those schools. On the flip side, I also believe strongly that we should have the same program. Maybe now we will call it CMEC. And this is where we do student induction and probably mentoring programs in our schools. Because I've visited quite a number of schools, and my experience is that those schools that have very strong mentoring programs, they have very strong induction programs, but there are those schools that may lack those services, and the Form 1s actually need that when they get into a system. For a Form 1, it should be a process. For me, it should take at least 1 week to orientate a Form 1 fully into the school system. On the first day, usually it is the admissions, where the Form 1 together with the parents, they go through the admission process. And after the end of it all, the student now gets into the system and settles down and be ready now to begin to study. After that, I always believe there is something that we need to do. We need to take the students through another process where they have to know all our facilities. They need to be aware of where our labs are. They need to be aware of where our classrooms are. They need to be aware of where our dining hall is, where the kitchen is, and any other facility that would serve them while they undergo their study in the institution. So to me, that is important. Just a day, you take a day to take them around the school to show them the facilities that they have, the dormitory area, the lab area, the tuition blocks, and so on and so forth. So that is just one of the things that an institution needs to do to the Form 1s who are just getting into the system. Then on the second day, they now need to get some other details like maybe if they are taken to the lab, they should be taken through now the rules and regulations that guide the operations of the lab, and probably they get a little exposure of the new things that they will be experiencing in the school laboratories, so that you give them the confidence and you also implant in them that is a new thing that is helping them to develop into a better person. So you take the second day is take them to these facilities, and probably they take a little longer to orientate themselves with what happens within those facilities. You take them to the dining area. You sit them down, you tell them the table manners and a bit of how they are supposed to behave while they are in the dining hall. So that should also take some time. You don't need to rush them so that they run together with the form 2, 3, and 4 as they get into the dining area. Give them a special treatment, probably so that they begin to understand that we have an organized system, not just letting them learn through the hard way. Sometimes it is not good to learn through the hard way. Tell them that you sit at a table and this is how you are supposed to handle the spoon, this is how you're supposed to eat, so that at least they build themselves, not just rushing into the dining hall and taking their food and eating from outside. Let them not actually acquire some of the bad practices that maybe the old students or the old boys and girls are doing. So to me, that bit is important. I think as administrators, we should also help the Form 1s. They come in bits. You can bring them in bits to your office and you talk to them. Maybe you bring a group of 10, you talk to them, another group of 10, like that. And so that they begin to understand that, there is the office of the principal, there is the office of the deputy principal, there is the office of the senior master, there is the office of the DOS, and so on and so on. So that they know the hierarchy of power within the school, and that is good orientation. Let them not just learn that there is the principal's office when they make a mistake and they have been summoned to come to the principal's office. Let them enjoy and come to your office and also see how a modern office looks like. To me, that is important because it helps to develop a child, and that one actually also motivates the child. Maybe this child will want to be a principal one day, and he comes to your office and actually sees what happens in your office, and that would be a motivation enough for that student to become a good teacher. And therefore, orientation is not a one-day affair. Let it take a little longer. Even when you have things like the school farm, there are those who may want to engage in agriculture. You know, I've been to Alliance Boys and Alliance Girls, and I see the kind of work that they do in terms of agriculture. So if there is that student who may be interested in agriculture, and you take that student to the school farm, and that student sees the kind of farming that is happening around the school, that will be a motivation enough for that student to take agriculture seriously. So to me, orientation should never be a one-day affair. Let it take longer. Let the student get into the systems, what the operational systems of the school. Let them also understand what really is the core business of a school. Then at the end of it all, when we now conclude the orientation, the schools need to invite a motivational speaker to speak to these boys and girls, so that they begin to nurture their ambitions, because this motivational speaker would actually come with a topic that would motivate them, that it is a 4-year program, but when they exit from the high school, then they move to the university. You've set them so well so that they begin to see their lives probably even 10 years from now, and they begin now to organize their life. It will give them a foundation so that when they begin to settle down for an academic program, they are settling down for a program and they are already focused on what they would really want to do. And you will see that that will influence the kind of the performance, the academic performance that they will be having. But if you don't carry out a very elaborate orientation, you may destabilize the Form 1s that are coming in your school. Give them some time. talk to them, take them through the systems, take them through the operations, take them through the infrastructural development